What's good, y'all? It's Coach Crisco. Appreciate you for pulling back up to the channel. Um, you see what I got going on over here? So I'm browsing X, and apparently, the general manager of the Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison, has hired a full-time security team to guard his home after trading Luka. Per Malika Andrews of ESPN. Now, let me make sure my audio isn't loud. I feel like I'm probably too low, actually. Um, so I live in the DFW area. I'm a transplant, so I'm not necessarily a Dallas Maverick fan, but I was a Luka fan, and I was a little taken aback as to why they would trade Luka, having your star of the present and the future, albeit you still want to make sure you got adequate pieces around him, but the man is 25 years old, so he hadn't even sniffed his prime yet, and you trade that away. Um, we don't know all of the particulars as to why he decided to just get off of Luka, if he is injured more than what is being led to the general masses, general population, or they just decided that they don't figure that they could win a championship with Luka at the helm. I don't know. Nobody would know, I guess, at the end of the day, unless Luka decided to speak on it. If he knows, he don't even know. We don't know. But the fact is, they traded him, and he's now in Los Angeles. Now, I don't know if Nico has been getting. it's, it's not funny. I don't know if Nico has been getting death threats, or there's an inkling that his life is in jeopardy. But the fact that he has hired a full-time security team, first of all, I'm not even going to front. I didn't know who Nico Harrison was before he made this trade. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna BS you. I had no clue who he was. But he's still a high profile individual. Apparently, he has history with Nike. He was linked with Kobe back in Kobe's NBA days. Yeah, I guess he was a Nike rep. So he's a high profile type of individual. So the fact that he hasn't had, I guess, full-time security thus far, it's a testament. I don't know. Maybe he's a real one. I think if I was a high-profile individual and I had a substantial amount of money and substantial amount of notoriety and things of that nature, yeah, I got security on standby at all times, guarded with assault rifles or something that's going to protect me and my family. But now that he has hired full-time security after making the trade, makes me believe that it's not funny. There has been some threats on his life, or he feels threatened, or feels that there is there's the potential of some things to occur. Now, I am not condoning violence upon anybody. Let me make sure that I clarify that. The good folks here at Coach Crisco's YouTube channel, which is just me, we do not condone violence upon anybody, especially when it is pertaining to sports. At the end of the day, this guy is a GM of a basketball team. I know that basketball fans, NBA fans can get a bit passionate. Sports fans as a whole can get passionate. I understand that. But to send death threats, and again, I'm just speculating, I don't know. To send death threats to an individual because they pulled the trigger and made a trade that I don't know if anybody would have made. If we keeping it a buck. It's a little much. I don't know much about this man. I don't know what his family consists of, if he has a wife, kids, and things of that nature. But I can only imagine. I'm a married man. I have no kids, but I can only imagine feeling like there's a threat to your well-being and the well-being of your loved ones because of a decision that you made. and you needing to now hire full-time security to guard your home because people are up in arms about said decision that you made. I can imagine that being a bit stressful, but I mean, that's life, unfortunately. Now, again, this trade could very well be a blessing in disguise for the Dallas Mavericks. We have no idea how this trade is going to pan out. Anthony Davis is here. Max Christie is here. They just got Caleb Martin from Philly. You put all the pieces together. You have a Klay Thompson that you acquired in the offseason. You still have Kyrie Irving. Okay, this team just made it to the finals last year. You have Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson and Kyrie Irving. You have three guys that have championship pedigree. Luka doesn't have championship pedigree. He has finals pedigree. He has finals pedigree, but he doesn't have a ring. So you have, I think, is there anybody else? You have three high-profile individuals at least. I'm not sure what the bench looks like, but you have three guys that has championship pedigree. This trade could very well be a blessing in disguise. Dallas, right now on paper, they're set up to win. Right now, even faster than the Lakers, with your former star. So I feel for Nico Harrison. I do. I don't know him. Like I said, I found out who he was after the trade was made. I had no idea who the Dallas Mavericks GM was prior to the trade. And, now he feels like he needs full-time security at his home to protect he and his responsibilities or his family, things of that nature. I feel for him. It sucks, but, it's crazy people out here. It's people that do things to people for less, I guess. Apparently, there's people out here that would want to do something to Mr. Harrison because they traded Luka to Tinseltown. But let me know what you think about this situation in the comments below. I think it's messed up. I clipped. I think it's messed up, but it is what it is. He's taking the precautions to do what he needs to do. But I would say to Nico also, strap up. You're in Texas, pal. Get you something. Make sure you got it on your hip as well. So that you're covered even when you're not at home. And, I don't know. Maybe get you an armored vehicle as well. It's crazy out here in Dallas. Hit the like button if you like the video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button also. See you in the next one.